Hi friends, David here from Above AVL, and today we're talking about DMX cable, DMX cable, or microphone cable, or microphone cable. What is the difference anyways? Why do we care? How's it gonna affect you? And how can it make your lighting and audio life easier? Let's dive in. You hear this a million times, and honestly, like, small wars have been started over this very concept: is what is a DMX cable versus what is a microphone cable, and does it matter? Because there's two principal arguments to this dilemma. The first is you get someone that goes and reads the DMX specification that says you need to use the 5-pin plug, okay? This one here is a 5-pin DMX plug, which is gonna work well unless you've got fixtures that only have 3-pin, in which case you need a 3-pin cable. Then you go to somebody who says, hey, I've got this 3-pin cable. This is the same plug. The wire feels the same as my microphone cable. So if I use my microphone for DMX and it works, what's the problem? So at the core of this dilemma are a couple things that honestly were one of those things that I found really hard to understand when I was at the start of my career. And that is that there's types of cables and there's types of signals in this industry, okay? And just because you use a particular cable with a particular connector on it does not mean it's appropriate for the type of signal you're working with. Okay, so let's cut it down to the very simple pieces. Okay, something like a network cable, run all over this office here, can run all sorts of signals over it, right? It can run, Ethernet-based networks, TCP, IP stuff, computers talking to each other. But it can also run a lot of other things with some adapters. You can run analog audio, you can run DMX, you can even run certain video signals like HDMI with converters, though it's not always great. What that tells us is that the cable doesn't necessarily, and especially the plugs on the end, do not necessarily tell us if a cable is going to work or not for that specific type of data. So DMX, the biggest difference, if we're just going to drop the ball here, is that DMX is a digital signal. Therefore, its spec calls for a 120 ohm cable. Audio, analog audio, doesn't have necessarily a super hard specification as far as I'm familiar, but most analog audio cables with a 3-pin XLR plug are around 50 to 70 ohms. Okay, 50 to 70 is a much different number than 120. Meanwhile, most DMX cable you buy this day, if you read the jacket, I bet this one might say it, will say that it's actually 110 ohm cable, which is digital audio or AES EBU cable, aka the microphone jack that doesn't work on the back of the audio console because it's a digital signal. Okay, and the core of the argument, the core of the deal here is that while you can take a cable designed for analog audio, you could take a microphone cable and say it has a 3-pin XLR plug on it and it's going to plug into a DMX light. You can go ahead and you can plug that in and it generally will work. However, as your DMX chains get longer in terms of total distance of DMX cable, and as you get more fixtures on it, the likelihood that your entire rig will just kind of freak out starts to go up, okay? And you'll lose complete control. And that's why you should use the right cable. A little nuance. Okay, so the DMX specification calls for a 5-pin DMX plug. However, only 3 of the wires on the inside are used. In fact, most cables, including I'm sure this one here, just a store-bought cable from one of our brands, only is gonna have 3 wires on the inside despite having a 5-pin plug. Now, in general, that's a really positive thing because, you're having a lot of microphones on stage, you have a lot of lights on stage. It keeps the two from being plugged into each other, especially when you're talking about phantom power, which could come out of an audio console. That's gonna protect you. Okay, so it's good that DMX uses a 5-pin plug. However, many lower cost fixtures, and some expensive fixtures honestly, use the 3-pin plug. Why? Because it's cheaper and you're not using the other 2 wires anyways. and it's a little bit, the pins are actually less fragile. They are stronger. Okay, so there's arguments both ways. A lot of people tell you 5-pin all day long. You know, I'm going to tell you they're both great. But what really matters is that you're using the proper cable for a digital signal if you're sending a digital signal. So then the next question that everybody's going to have is, okay, if I'm in a rental type situation, run a small event company, that kind of thing, I've got lights, I've got sound, you know, what do I do, right, to try to keep this 3-pin microphone cable separate from this 3-pin DMX cable? Notice I'm holding up the same cable. And so, you know, that's going to be, you know, kind of the deal there, right? Is that the cable looks the same. It generally feels the same. After you use it for a while and the writing starts to rub off on the jacket, you can't tell the difference. Okay, so any digital cable, like a typical DMX cable or an AES EBU digital audio cable, is 100% fine for analog audio all the time. In fact, most people will tell you, though, you know, it is somewhat subjective, especially if you get into longer lengths of cable. The digital cable, the AES EBU, the 110 ohm cable, will actually sound better than regular microphone cable. It does cost a little more, however, it's really common nowadays and not hard to get. And of course, if you buy good cables and take care of them over the long haul, they're going to last a long time. But the opposite's definitely not true. So while you can use your DMX cable for microphones, for audio sources on stage, you know, outputs to speakers, all that jazz all day long, you can't do it the opposite way, or it's definitely not recommended. Why? Because again, it's about half the capacitance that the cable's supposed to have. And so while it may work, and it's always worked for me, as we hear people say a lot, there is going to be a day that comes probably where you either load up with more fixtures on a DMX chain, or you send it a longer distance and you have issues that you can't explain, and you can't get control of your rig, and you're frustrated and you're mad, and you think it's the lights and you think it's the console, but the whole time it's the microphone cable. Okay, so friends don't let friends use microphone cable for DMX. However, if you want to simplify and you're in the type of setup where you really want to have one type of cable, then you can use DMX or AES EBU 3-pin XLR cable for both analog audio signals, digital audio signals, and DMX. It will work for all three. And it's that simple. So you can either come up with a way to label them to keep them apart really well, or you can go ahead and simply just get cable that is good enough for both types of signal. While we're here, it's worth noting, as mentioned before, that especially in a permanent install type situation, DMX can run over Cat5 or Ethernet type cable. In fact, there's also boxes on the market, I think we've got some on our site and we'll link to them, that allow you to run 4 universes of DMX sharing common ground over a shielded Ethernet cable, which can be helpful if you already have that in your stock, maybe for a digital audio console, and you just want to run less wires. It can help. So thank you guys so much for watching. Whenever you need DMX, wire, audio, video, lighting, Above AVL is your place. What we have is we've got a team of really awesome people there that just help you figure out exactly what you need, listen to you, and want to serve you for a lifetime of purchasing AV gear. So if you're a church, a music venue, just personally, when you need audio, video, and lighting gear, head over to us at Above AVL. If you need something that you don't see on the site, just shoot us an email. Go to the contact form, type out gear at aboveavl.com, and ask us. There's a lot of stuff we can get our hands on, help you get that personalized price that we love to give people, and help get your stuff in your hands so you can start having fun and making awesome events. If that sounds good, we'll see you over at aboveavl.com. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video if you're subscribed.